Hey, it's Trip. Uh, hey, it's been a while. But why don't you come over tonight? Grace and I, we'd love to see you. Uh, so, so good. I mean, you could just come by around 8 or something. That'd be really good. Can't wait to see you.
And welcome to the insane world of Facade. Now, I know this has been kicking around on the internet for a while. This came out back in 2005 or 2006. But I am really late on getting on this gravy train here. So, it's an experiment in AI, and basically what's going on is you're invited into this sort of like a screenplay of a married couple fighting, and you can sort of ask them questions a little bit, and they're supposed to respond to the way that you speak to them. So you'll see them talking to me, and then me down on the bottom reacting with the yellow text that pops up. You can also interact with the objects that are in their apartment, move things around, and ask them questions, but, you know, as much as this was supposed to be quite groundbreaking, it seems like they hardly ever actually react to what you say, other than when they ask you yes or no questions, which is just a couple of times. And it seems to have some sort of a procedural branching path system to how it ends each time you play it. So it seems like most people, every time they try this, it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, it has been.
I'll pause occasionally so you can actually sort of pay attention to what's going on the screen.
Come on in. Oh, Nick, that's so nice of you to say.
Hey.
Graphics are very strange, I have to say. They're some sort of combination of polygonal and strange cutout, like flat MS Paint looking sprites.
Whoa, I just realized something.
What?
It seems like the budget on the technology is much higher than what's actually going on in terms of graphics.
Remember how you introduced us almost exactly 10 years ago tonight?
There's also a weird level of lag, like when they talk to you and you're trying to say something back to them, they kind of just keep wanting to go on with their script without listening to what you're saying. Kind of makes you feel like you're not actually interacting with them at all. And I very much enjoy the idea that's at work here, but I feel like the execution is so flawed that it's almost not so much worth bothering with. I mean, the experience is cool, and there's a lot of funny videos on YouTube of people saying the word melon to them, which apparently gets you instantly kicked out of the apartment. I took the higher road on this one. I chose to not get myself kicked out and let the scene actually play all the way through. But I did mess with them just a little bit.
Wait. What's wrong, Grace?
Trip, have you noticed we're fighting in front of our friend?
Grace, come on, it's not helping. Huh? No, we're good. No, I'm good. Everything's good.
It's certainly an interesting experiment, and I would love to see what this could do with the way that the speech or text recognition actually was a lot closer to understanding what you're writing. Because right now I would say it's like 2% out of what you write seems to go through. Unless I'm just not picking the right context to write questions in.
So I normally like redecorating, but Nick?
No.
And I even like the idea of how this is sort of framed. I mean, I kind of feel a little like the acting in this, the way they set up the scripts, the people come across quite insane. And granted, they have some secrets and stuff from each other, and that's fine, and they should be a little bit flustered, I guess, but right out of the gate, like in just a few minutes, they come across as complete lunatics.
First thing everyone notices when they come in.
Damn it simply does not go in this.
Like, I've been around dysfunctional people before, and they don't usually pretend you're not in the room anymore. And that's kind of what I feel like we're really just watching.
You think I'm depressed?
And what kind of face is that to say that with? You think I'm depressed and then smile?
You're quite the kidder tonight.
Oh, is that her thinking I'm being funny?
Yeah.
Never afraid to push our buttons. Well, hold on.
Ah, what a nice surprise, an honest answer.
Nick. Wait, Grace!
You
I don't know where
Trip,
you're getting
do you
this.
realize that if you hadn't convinced me to go into advertising, I could have painted that painting on the wall instead of buying?
Yeah, I keep trying to calm them down and telling them to, like, stop fighting and, like, sit on the couch and talk. They won't have any of it. They don't listen to a single thing you tell them.
Nick, thank you for your honest opinion.
I've seen other people play through this where the phone might ring and there'll be a call from Tripp's parents, and then he wants to ignore the phone because he actually hates his parents.
Security blanket he keeps by the bar.
No,
Apparently there's a good ending that you can actually sort of patch up their relationship. But I think the bigger question is, why do we need to patch up the relationship? They invited us over. I mean, I never quite figured out what role they expected me to have in this scene.
Why don't I make
Like,
us-
under what context would you ever invite a friend over with the intention to fight with your spouse constantly in front of them?
It's a secret. Trip doesn't even like the taste of alcohol.
What? So, Nick, how does that sound?
Nick, Trip's getting a little carried away. Maybe you just
And they're
want
just,
some juice,
like,
or...
constantly trying to pull me in each direction. Each one of them has something they want me to
Our
do.
friend is here. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. That's all there is to it. Grace,
And whenever you try to resist going in one direction or the other so one feels like they're the better one,
Of course, Trip, after
then they
all,
just kind of move on and pretend you didn't say anything.
what?
In college, you were a bartender.
How do you know about that?
Oh, I know you were trying to keep it a big secret, but one time my friends and I went slumming.
It's really strange how the sprites
sprites
seem to be cut out,
Oh, that's great.
especially that tree thing in the corner. I really can't get over how strange that looks.
Bullshit.
The drawings look fine because they're just pasted flat on the wall.
Your big bartender secret. I wish you would just be yourself. Ever since I've known you, you resist just being yourself.
Nick, can you believe
I made an attempt at telling her the picture is beautiful to try to change the topic, but she doesn't care.
Look, just quit taking sides. It's gonna do more harm than good. Goddamn Italy.
Goddamn
I try
Italy.
to reach out to you. I try to be romantic with you, but you're cold and distant. I do. I really try.
Who says this shit in front of their friend?
What are you saying?
Apparently I got them together, and this is like what they do with me. They have me over and then fight like insane people in front of me.
Trip, let me ask our guest a question. Nick, yes or no? In a marriage, shouldn't you try to help the other person get what they want?
What?
And unfortunately there's a rather short character limit.
Oh,
Not that it really matters because it doesn't really understand anything that you're saying anyway.
ugh, I
But if you try to ask
so
them something
hard
more
to
complex,
protect you,
like,
Grace, and you
in
reject
this
me.
case I was trying to say, what, you'd rather not help each other since you're married?
It's killing me.
And
Yeah,
he's
good.
gone
Get
anyway.
Out of my sight. I can't take you anymore. God damn it.
There is a cursor that's normally around.
Oh.
It didn't record very well. It got a black box around it, so I killed the cursor. But you would see context-sensitive commands on it, like if you hover your hand near her,
Okay.
sometimes it'll say hug, or you can pick up and manipulate the items,
We're not normally
like I said before. But yeah, usually there's not much point. I tried picking up one of the glasses at one point.
Something about Grace.
You'll see that later, and he's just like, no, I don't want to make drinks now.
What? Grace, even though now you're a creative director at
They just
work,
want to
even
stomp
though you
around their
decorate
apartment.
the apartment all the time, the truth is, you're not an artist.
And you can't really open up anything, and the view outside is kind of insane looking.
Ugh. Why?
Nick. You see, this is what I've had to put up
That
with
almost seemed like one of the few questions that it actually almost got through.
Okay, no.
But it's not like it changed the course of what was
Trip,
going
how
on.
could I ever imagine trying to be an artist when you get so... No?
No. See, Grace, you're the one who can't stop obsessing about how
It's
you
not
could have been
me.
an artist.
Imagine being in a room with two Cleverbot versions of these people that actually have some sort of a database of things that normal people might actually say.
I really wanted
Although that's
was
pretty random. So at least this sort of drives the story forward. I imagine Cleverbot would be talking about glitter and unicorns and bridges.
Well, it makes me feel like shit.
Ugh, you feel like that for no reason. Christ. Nick, can we... Nick...
They say my name constantly, but that's because I got to pick what the name is that they say in the beginning.
Ah,
What? Nick, you're saying I'm to blame? What?
why did I
What?
marry
They just keep saying
No.
what? No, and then they say my name some
I don't know
more?
what to say.
Ugh. Let's keep talking about...
I mean, if I was a character in the scene, and the scene was actually written out, I don't know what my character should be doing at this point.
Nick,
It wouldn't make any sense for me to be standing in this room with them. I would have left. I'm not even sure if you can leave in the middle of this without getting kicked out.
Yes? Ah, see? Just you saying even that helps. You know, that was the
And it's
happiest
fine that
thing
it's
I've ever
story-driven and
done.
everything, but since the story involves a third person, I thought there would be some sort of
let's keep
bigger
talking
picture
about
that,
Trip.
that I would fit in as a
Go on,
character
listen,
into this
It's
scene.
not everything anyone would ever want, but Grace? Oh no, she's never satisfied.
Yeah, he says his place has
Ugh,
everything that
I'm so
anyone would
sick of
ever
this.
want.
Well,
I don't know about that.
We've got everything.
Kind of sparse in here. I mean, there's like this weird rainbow dildo thing hanging out on their shelf.
Nick,
Maybe
What?
that's like the
Is there
MacGuffin
something
from
about
heaven
me?
or something.
look around here. We're doing well, really well.
God,
Really
Trip,
well.
I can't believe even
Oh
now
yeah,
you're
you never admit
still...
that I've created a good life for us.
I feel like the whole thing would play out just fine if I just stood in the corner while they argued for a while and then answered a couple yes or no's. I mean, look at that thing on the bottom right. What the hell is that?
Look, let's not.
There's a
focus on
cracked
me,
egg.
Let's talk about us both.
I think
Some
Trip's
sort of
afraid
harpy
disappointing his parents.
And a
He
weird
does
pineapple and
everything he can
a
to
black
avoid
widow
seeing
in
Afraid of my parents?
clay. I don't even know what the hell that is. And there's
Please
some
don't
sort of
take sides. It's
terrible
going to do more harm than
Photoshop
good.
looking mosaic thing going on in the back. I think it's a stained glass plug-in.
No, I want us to focus on Grace.
Trip, you're the
I want to
reason we
focus
live
on
in
handing you
life.
this black widow thing and explaining what the hell it is.
Like your
But you
parents
don't
who-
care, so I'm going to put it
I
back.
don't need any of the...
Nick.
Can I have some drinks, please? I'm really, really not interested in hearing you guys argue anymore.
Nick.
We should talk about how I need to get the
It's
fuck
weird to
out.
me. When I'm on a business
Maybe
trip,
I'll call the
Grace
police.
never calls
No.
me, ever.
Maybe I'll
She says she's afraid to call me.
see if I can get alcohol myself. No, can't do that either. You can pick up and shake the magic 8-ball, so that's one step towards interactivity. Although I would probably say that Duke Nukem 3D was probably a little bit more interactive than that,
Well,
considering
how do
you could
think
play
that
pool
makes me
and,
feel?
you know, see titties. I don't think there's any titties here to be seen.
Let's keep
Plus,
talking
Grace has a
about
really
Trip.
strange shaped
Grace,
butt,
we don't have to
and
do
a
this. Things
strange
are
panty
okay.
line
We
also
can
in the
just-
front.
I can't stand the pretending anymore. I can't take it.
Why?
So at this
No,
point, I'm just
Grace,
gonna ask them flat out, why did you
Don't
invite
make
me
it
here?
so bad.
Ugh.
And then every time they ignore me, I'm just gonna write it again.
No, let's focus on us, our relationship.
No, let's focus
It's so
on me.
annoying.
Why did you
Grace, why
invite
is it
me
that anytime
over?
Why?
Fine,
Yes,
thanks.
why?
I'm just saying that helps.
Trip, maybe if you didn't try to convince me
Just
of
saying
things,
that
I
helps?
might
What does that have
like
to do
them
with what I
more.
wrote?
Oh, Christ. Okay, I've had enough of this bullshit. Nick,
But I will give
I
them
know
that
what
this
you're
is a
hinting
very
at,
unique
okay?
idea, and I don't think
About
I've seen
us.
anything else quite like
What
it.
about our marriage?
So in that respect, they get
You
huge
two want
props.
the truth? Huh?
I would love to see this become more fleshed out and
Grace?
developed, maybe
Huh?
with other
Yes.
stories,
See?
with
Nick,
more
I've been
reactive
paying attention
dialogue.
to what you've been saying tonight.
I imagine this probably took ages for them to
Pushing
record
me.
all the variations, so I understand that this is not an
Makes
easy
me
thing
wonder if I'm
technically to
really
do.
my friend or not.
Trip,
But I think the answer would be
Nick,
speech
quit
synthesis.
interrupting me. Let me finish.
If these actors didn't have to actually have real actors saying these lines, I think that would make this much easier to generate branching paths and have more going on.
And worst of all, telling me I'm to blame?
And he's
But
sort of
especially what
fabricated
you
this
said
whole
about
insane
saying yes
story
to the other
based on the
person.
couple
You
of
didn't even
actions
say
and
yes when I
inactions
asked
that
you if
I've
you want
made
the
since I
truth.
came into their apartment
All
about
that
10 minutes
supposed to help
ago.
us realize something about us? Is what you said tonight supposed to add up somehow to something? No. Nick. I just
And he
wanna
isn't
let you
even going to
know.
hear it. Like, if I tell him I didn't come here to hear you guys fight, he's just going to ignore me.
No? I'm surprised you say that. I thought it did.
I didn't even know what I was answering yes or no to
Grace.
at that point. I was just wanting to move on. Look how weird her butt is.
I forced you to
It's
marry
gigantic.
me, didn't I? When
I almost
proposed
wrote, why
to
are you
in front
acting
of
so
your
cray?
parents on Christmas Eve,
Dudes are
I
cray
knew
cray.
You wouldn't be capable of saying no.
You manipulated me.
That's kind of a messed up thing to do, though. He proposed in front of her parents because he knew that she couldn't say no, and then 10 years later, they've never talked about that. So they chose the night when I came here to say all of that.
Oh my god.
Wait. Nick. Grace, there's more.
More?
Yeah, that seemed like the right thing to ask at this point, since you guys are clearly going to be throwing yourselves off the balcony soon. I thought maybe we could at least
Oh my
enjoy our time
It's
together.
over now, though.
Probably make them calm down a little bit. Maybe we could get some
What's the plan
snacks.
in Barcelona.
And now we find out that he actually was cheating on her with someone named Maria,
Lonely, Grace.
because he's so lonely, because she won't call him when he's on business trips, because she's scared. I don't even know what kind of excuse that is. Scared of what? Calling Italy?
Oh my god.
Scared of long distance charges?
Nick?
Ugh. This changes everything.
So the obvious question is, since he had an affair, she must have had an affair also, because that's just sort of the way it goes. But as usual, she completely ignores me.
I think it's over.
Trip? What?
No. It's over, Grace.
So yeah, I think he's about done.
What? You
I
just,
just told
me.
you something about us.
And I
Should've
think we
said
can
all
maybe move on with this now.
the time. I manipulated you into marrying me. And no, Nick, enough of that already. And about me.
At the heart of it, it's actually very sad. I mean, it's just kind of hard to take seriously because of all the limitations and strange things that are going on.
Trip,
And I thought I'd take a tour of their kitchen
No,
real quick
Grace,
before this
is
ends.
about me, and it's about
Wanted to
us.
see if maybe you could go to their bedroom, but they don't let you go anywhere near the door.
Hey, no, wait.
Please come back out here. Nick, I'm sorry. Thank you, though. You really helped me.
Trip.
So he's gonna go jump off the roof. That would be hilarious if you saw him falling behind her. That's awful to say, though.
I should have told him that. I could have told him that.
Told him what, Grace? What I was saying in front of you both? And scene. So, that was Facade, the interactive acting experience. It leaves a little bit to be desired, but it definitely needed to be covered. It's too weird not to know about, and I'm sure you guys would love to go check it out. It's completely free, and I'll put the link in the description, and you guys can go have fun with Trip and Grace and see what kind of trouble you can get into. Unfortunately, whatever mischief you think in your head is going to turn out to be hilarious, most of the time it comes off pretty lame, but still, it's worth trying around just to mess with it, see what you can do. But you've pretty much seen the majority of what this program has to offer. So thanks again for watching. This has been a very long First Impressions episode. Let me know if that bothers you, if you'd rather have them shorter, like 10 or 12 minutes, something like that. That's where I like to keep them, but if you'd rather have them be longer, let me know in the comments, and I will adjust accordingly. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time, guys. Bye.